Greetings, it is I, Wet Hamster, and what is this? Oh my god, it's horrible. Yeah, I got myself some gear here. I'm not finished showing off gear. I have the Velociprey armor. Only it's a different kind of Velociprey armor. It's a special kind, got one with special tokens. And it gives Fate. Not too great in the stats, honestly. But it's really more of a joke armor for the looks. Fate's not bad. Let me explain a little bit of Fate. Fate increases the chance of getting better rewards after you finish a hunt. So the reward box will have better rewards. There's also a Geoprey version of it, which is pretty much more or less reskinned version. But, you know, showing it off. And it gives Fate. You can notice that they all give a different kind of resistance, but not enough to get anything out of it. Again, the resistances, I wouldn't decorate for them unless I really don't have anything to decorate for. This one's a little bit different, though. The chest piece is the same, but the legs and the gauntlets, or gloves, sorry, and the helmet is different. I quite like the helmet, actually. There are, again, no belts for these sorts of armor sets, unfortunately. And this one gives even less than the others. Horrible armors, really. I mean, if you're really looking for better rewards, these are like the earliest things you could make for Fate. And here's the final one, the Iaprey armor. The goofiest helmet you will ever see. I actually quite like this one compared to the others. Especially the chest piece. Stylin'. And you even got black leather gloves. And black shoes. Hey, I like it. And again, gives you Fate. Big surprise. But you know what? It's been a while. We need to let Box of Browns throw out. There we go. There's a particular reason I'm actually using this this particular armor set. You know what? I'm gonna bring a hammer with me. Not because I need it, but because it's fun to play with. Yeah, there we go. How does that look? I think that looks good. It looks fitting. If it were white and black, I'd be wearing disco clothes. That's 70s enough. Ah, there we go. Hermitaur Buffet. In the arena? Slay 20 Hermitaurs. Oh my, it's just another boring slaying mission, it would seem. But, you know, there's a little something special with this mission. One, it's a new area. And two, I think there's only 2 missions like this in the single player. And, sloppy edit there. Forgot to cut out the load screen. But, have a good look around. This is base camp in the arena. Here we have our little box full of goodies, and they give me a free Farcaster that I don't know why you would ever use. But hey, I'm not gonna complain about a free item. Prepping up, and as you see, there's only one area. And it's full of Hermitaurs. And there's rockin' tunes. What better way to rock out is by having a hammer. Well, if I really wanted to rock out, I'd make a... what's it called? A hunting horn. Actually, I probably should have done that. Made a hunting horn, the Basiris Rock, which is basically an electrical guitar. But yeah, in this arena with the one area, you get a jaunty little tune to fight in. Actually, now that I think about it, there is actually 3 missions that I can recall that actually use this setup with one area and you fight a bunch of monsters. with this jaunty little tune even. But for this special occasion, I thought I'd dress her up. After all, she's going to the arena. Oh yeah, look at that spin. Making sure they're dead. I'm gonna be quiet for a moment here just so people can listen to the music. I quite like it. And cat abuse. Seem to be getting a little low on health there. Took too many hits. Ten monsters left, halfway there. It's a pretty short video. It's a pretty bearable slaying mission for small critters, mainly because you're stuffed in a tiny little room where they constantly spawn. I don't think there could be more than like 2 or 3 Hermitors at once. Listen to that Banyo go. But I honestly, first time I played this mission, I was rocking out. I enjoyed the mission, mainly just because room full of small critters, brought a big weapon with me, just completely crushed everything. Had lots of fun. I was using Gunlance though. Ha! Didn't give me that type of cat. Downside, of course, of this hammer is it doesn't really have much in the way of sharpness. Also, I'd like to point out that the hammer here makes good noises when you charge it up and do attacks. I never really noticed that before until sometime in the US when I was just, playing on a secondary file, practicing. Well, it kind of defeats the purpose of kind of doing it blind, but I figured I need the practice. Plus, wow, it was a male character, so I will, near the end, I'll make a bonus video showing all the different sets of male armor off, just the models, how they look. But that was the 20 Hermitors. Doesn't take long, actually. And there's actually a second reason to do this mission. If you were patient, like I wasn't, and knew this ahead of time, you would not kill the green Plesioth over and over and over again. Getting small lobster shells. Oh, and I'm actually not aiming for the crab there, I'm actually aiming for the cat. The crab just kind of got in the way from some of my hits. But, this mission will give you small lobster shells pretty often. And honestly, this is far better mission to farm lobster shells if you need it for an armor set. I can't recommend fighting the green Plesioth over and over again for it. Well, what? The fights are just frustrating at this point of the game with the green Plesioth. In fact, just fighting any old Plesioth is annoying as hell. I'm so full of hate. But, as you can see, there is a lobster shell there in the end. Otherwise, there's not too interesting rewards. You'd do this for the lobster shells if you wanted them. But until then, I've got one more video. I'll see you then.